It is the 18th of March, I think. Pretty sure it's Tuesday night in the NBA. I've lost track, but I think that's where we're up to. Only 4 games to talk about, so I thought I'd try and squeeze in a quick show. Probably functioning at about 50%, so we'll see how we go. This is the Tuesday post-game show. Let's go balls deep.
I'm the type to get shit done. You the type to observe. March Madness on my speakers, but today's November 23rd. Got something loud in the blunt, yeah. I don't say what I want, yeah. Probably somewhere sunny getting tan. Foreign women in the sun, yeah. That's all that I need. That's all that I need. That's all that I need. Got my brothers with me. Got my brothers with me, and my mama's healthy. That's all that I need.
Welcome to the Balls Deep podcast, brought to you by Fantasy Basketball International. I'm Adam King. Find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at AdamKing91. Find us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere, everywhere you consume your fantasy basketball content. We are also part of the Old Man Squad at Old Man Squad on Twitter. All right, I'm back. I wasn't going to do a show, but it's a short day. Brain is foggy. I'm on so many pain meds. It's very spacey. So hopefully we get through the games. Hopefully I make sense. Potentially I don't have as much of a filter as I normally do. I don't know. Let's get into the games. Actually, let's start with some news on Domantas Sabonis. As expected, he is going to be out for, well, they're saying 10 days. I think it's going to be longer, probably looking at 2 weeks. It looked quite significant from what I can remember. So Jonas Valanciunas is the ad. He's not super exciting, but this time of year, you just want someone who's going to play. He'll play 25 plus minutes, double, maybe a block, maybe a steal, some assists. That's enough to be rostered in a standard league. All right, let's get into the games. Probably just going to be like a 20-minute show, I think, and then I'll go back to sleep. All right, first game. The Hawks, comfortable win over the Hornets. No surprise for the Hawks. Usual suspects here, I suppose. Reece Shea, who's playing a little bit better of late. The Hawks are one of the teams that we trust at the moment, so you can roster their guys fairly confidently. Karis LeVert is obviously out at the moment, but Dyson Daniels, Trae Young, Onyeka Okongwu, behold all of those guys. Mohamed Gay is just a defensive streamer. Reece Shea, he's sort of doing enough. 21 points here. He doesn't do a lot else. They were against the Hornets, so a bit of a bump, but he has looked better. With no Karis LeVert, we got a little bit more of Terrence Mann, George Niang, Vit Krejci. I don't think any of those guys have to be a priority. LeVert would be if he was playing, but he's not. So you can just stream in Mann or Niang, depending what you need. For the Hornets, now no LaMelo Ball. He was out for whatever reason. They're saying a wrist injury. Now, I know that he is not really injured. I popped something up on Twitter just saying, is he ever going to be healthy? Healthy, I should have put in inverted commas because I know that he's not specifically injured. They just don't want to win. But he puts himself in a position to be listed as injured because his ankles are not great. He's had some wrist stuff going on. So, yes, I know Josh commented and said he's not injured. I know he's not injured. But, yeah, look, I don't know. The direction of this Hornets franchise is very questionable. They are in a position to land Cooper Flagg, I suppose. That's one positive. And, of course, they did lose Brandon Miller this season. They just don't seem to be improving. That's probably the biggest issue here. They keep adding pieces but not getting better. So there was no, as I said, no LaMelo, no Miles Bridges. We were trusting him, but now apparently he's being rested as well. So we got Daquan Jeffries, we got Damian Bohr, we got Nick Smith, we got Marcus Garrett, we got Wendell Moore. God, good luck. Now LaMelo, they have a back-to-back on Friday, Saturday, I believe. I would expect LaMelo to only play in one of those. So if, like me, you have LaMelo and you're in your fantasy playoffs, you're likely to only get one game of LaMelo Ball this week, which is lovely. Who do we stream in? Oh, God. Look, I mean, Damian Ball was decent enough here, but is he going to play in the next game? We don't know. Daquan Jeffries has actually been arguably the most consistent in terms of playing time, so I think we can roster him. Mark Williams was bad. 4 points, 3 shot attempts. The Hornets have just given up, it looks like. So I'm gonna hold LaMelo just for this weekend and see what happens. But honestly, I don't know if I would want anyone on this roster. Musa Diabate suffered a ankle injury. Can't remember, leg or ankle. So if he's out, Nurkic probably gets a bump, but he's been missing time as well. So if you can avoid the Hornets, I probably just would. But there is going to be some streaming value, but you're not going to know until probably 20 minutes before tip-off. All right, next game, Brooklyn, another team that we are not trusting. They lose to the Celtics, who we are also not trusting. For the Nets, Nick Claxton played, didn't do much, 6 points, 9 rebounds. He's been quietly underwhelming. Again, I put something up on Twitter regarding his performances this season, and people sort of commented that it's just the lack of talent around him, which I think is a fair comment. But is he a starter level kind of winning center? I'm not so sure. He's not a great defender. I know he gets blocks, but they have been down of late. He's not a good rebounder for his size. He had 9 rebounds here, but double-digit rebounds don't come all too often for him. So I'm just not sure where I am with Claxton. As you know, I would much rather see Day'Ron Sharpe starting here, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. And again, who do we stream in? It changes from night to night. Keon Johnson, Zaire Williams are probably two that we trust. 80% maybe. Their production isn't always great, but they're playing. D'Angelo Russell was decent in this one, but he's been in and out. Cam Johnson, in and out as well. Trendon Watford has looked pretty good in limited minutes, but you look at their box score here, basically everyone just played 18 to 20 minutes off the bench, and the starters all played around 28. What happens in the next game? Does Tyrese Martin start? Does Noah Clowney start? Where does Jalen Wilson fit? So they do have a favourable schedule because they played Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, which are 3 low-volume nights. So if you picked up, any of these guys, Keon Johnson, hold him. Zaire Williams, hold. Tyrese Martin, I'd probably hold. Purely because they're going to be in your active roster more likely than not. The Celtics were without Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. So Sam Hauser started again, did nothing. Al Horford started, did nothing, close to nothing. Porzingis, 25, 13, and 3 with 3 blocks and a steal. So his best game in quite a while. Good to see. Against Brooklyn, though, again. So do take that into consideration. Drew Holiday has looked a little bit better of late. And you probably roster him, but, I mean, does he miss the next game? Who knows? Derek White, 18, 5, and 4 with a block. Probably hold as well. Pritchard has been well down. 10 points. You can roster him because he plays. He doesn't sit out a lot of games. The production is up and down, but I think I'm okay holding him. Shearman had 20 points. He's a rookie. This was his best ever performance. Don't fall for this one at all. Let's get to the next game. What happened there? Oh, hang on. What happened here? Yeah, we don't need that one. There we go. That's better. All right. The Bucks, they fall to the Warriors. Pretty ugly game, to be honest. Not a lot of highlights for the Bucks. They were healthy. Kuzma actually put up some numbers despite Giannis and Dame still playing. 22 points for Kuzma. He's just a point streamer. You don't have to hold him. Lopez had 16 points with nothing else. Dame was quiet in this one, 16 and 4, steal and a block, just really couldn't get going. Neither could Giannis. He was well contained here by the Warriors. 20 points on 5 of 16 shooting and 10 of 15 from the line. Also, not what you want to see. He did have defensive stats, so that's fine. But when these guys are playing, we're not interested in anyone there. For the Warriors, no Steph Curry. They still get the win, though. Pajemski returned. He had 17 and 7. Make sure he is rostered. Moses Moody, he scaled back a little bit here, 25 minutes. He's been playing well, but once Curry comes back in as well, Gary Payton is playing meaningful minutes. Kuminga is ramping up. So Moody is someone I think we hold because of the schedule, but that's about it. They also play Thursday, Saturday, I believe. So I would be holding Pajemski, obviously, Moody, Gary Payton. If you picked him up, I'd probably hold him. Buddy Hield, if you just need threes, I think it's fine. Kuminga should be rostered. 10 points here is not great, but he'd been a little bit better than this. Jimmy Butler had a good game with no Curry there, had to do a bit more. Draymond Green, the points, you don't care about points if you have Draymond. 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks. So counting stats, very nice indeed. That was it, because I don't talk about the Bucks, do I? All right. Oh, God, what happened here? This new bloody Yahoo thing is terrible. All right, Cleveland. Let's start with them. They fall to the Clippers, 132 to 119. So a little bit of a slide here for Cleveland of late. Now they were healthy. Evan Mobley returned. Didn't do much at all, actually. I watched quite a bit of this game. He looked okay, but 17 points, 3 rebounds, a steal, far from his best. And much like that the Warriors Bucks game, Cleveland just looked a little bit disengaged in this one. Donovan Mitchell had 18 and 11, shot the ball poorly. Darius Garland, 17 points, 8 assists, 2 steals. Strus was really the only one who did anything noteworthy, 24 points, nothing else, but had his shot falling, 5 threes. Jarrett Allen had 8 and 8, so a poor performance by him as well. DeAndre Hunter had 17 off the bench. He is just that points streamer that we look at. And Ty Jerome, we don't need to be holding him at the moment. We know when they rest one of Mitchell or Garland, you can grab him, but when they're healthy, you don't need to. For the Clippers, vintage performance by Kawhi Leonard. Oh, sorry, as I move my leg. 33 points for him, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. James Harden was also, apart from the poor shooting, he was good. 22 points, 9 assists, a steal and a block. Norm Powell, 18 minutes. I don't think you have to hold him. He had 11 points, but this ramp up, very slow. Now, I don't think he picked up an injury, but let me just double check because I didn't see the end of this game. No, it doesn't look like he did. No, okay. So it's just a slow ramp up. You don't need to be holding Powell until he hits 30 minutes, I don't think. Zubats had 28 and 20. Interesting that he dominated against Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. Just indicates or highlights how good he's been this year. Bogdan had 20 points, 7 assists. Ben Simmons played, didn't do anything. We're not holding him. Derek Jones had 10 points with 2 blocks. No. I think Bogdan's really the only one I'm interested in here off the bench if you need points. But, of course, he's not going to shoot 8 of 8 from the field and 4 of 4 from 3 very often. So this is about as good as it gets from him, I think. All right, and that's it. Hopefully not too many stumbles along the way there. Let's get to some questions. David, thank you. Yes, good to be back. Vion Lin Hall, yes, it is good to be back. Steve, Shea is sitting tomorrow. He is, and you're sad. Yep, I feel that. Do I think Jackson is worth the 3 in 4? Just need bodies. Very different to Shea, obviously, in terms of what he brings to the table. But yeah, I think if you can get anyone that's probably going to play 3 games in the next 4, then I would be considering that player. Slat, do I think Amen Thompson will be back for next week? I do think he might be back this week, Friday or Sunday, I think they play. So, yes, I'm keeping a very close eye on him because I am in in a league where I could, if we get word he's going to return Friday, I will potentially pick him up. It's not a back-to-back that they're on, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, he could be back this week. I would think by next week he's pretty close. Shining Knight, hope my surgery went well. It did. I survived. So I'm very sore. As I said, I'm on a lot of pain stuff. Steve, how does it feel to be on pain meds? It's weird. I'm on all sorts of stuff. Anti-inflammatories, 2 pain meds, and something else, what's it for? They did tell me, but it might even be antibiotics, so it might be just to fight off infection and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm on 4 different tablets. I know that. ACL was repaired, meniscus was not. Meniscus was unrepairable apparently, so they just had to basically cut it out. So rehab starts. Well, it started doing exercises and getting back into it, but still very swollen and sore. Do we roster Pods? Yeah, he was playing well before he went out. I'd have him ahead of Moody and Quinton Post. Ahead of Kaminga? It's pretty close. But yes, I would be rostering him, I think. Dropped Beal for Keon Johnson. Fair. Beal's out for a week. What do I think of Edie? Is he worth a pickup? Yeah, look, I'm considering him as well. He's a little bit, he's very much like Donovan Clingan. If you need rebounds and blocks, sure. Minutes are up and down. Have a look at who they're playing against. So he's very specific. If he fits what you need, then I'm okay picking him up. Hinny Mini, final this week. Would I drop LeBron to maximize games or see if he comes back on the weekend? I'd be okay with dropping him, I think. They have, let me have a look. Where are we? Wednesday. So they must play tomorrow, do they? Okay, so they've got the Nuggets tomorrow. No word that he's coming back for that one. They then have the Bucks. So they mustn't play Friday. They must play Saturday, do they? Yes, against the Bulls. And then I'm assuming they don't play Sunday. Yeah, so look, I think at very best you'd get 1 game out of LeBron. I don't think he'll return for this back-to-back set. And then if he returns on the weekend, you maybe get 25 minutes. So I would certainly just drop him. If it's your final, then I'd be okay with that. Shining Knight, thinking of picking up a men since you're kind of winning your matchup. Have to drop Jabari Smith Jr. and Trey Jones or Valanciunas or Westbrook. Well, Giddey's questionable tomorrow, so Trey Jones could be a drop here at some point. Valanciunas, I'd probably hold. Westbrook, look, it's hard to know. Does Jokic come back tomorrow? God, I hope so. What does Jamal Murray do? So Westbrook is very reliant on others. If they're all playing, he's sort of borderline. Jabari Smith has been pretty good, but that's without Amen Thompson. So, yeah, I think Trey Jones is maybe the drop there if Giddey returns. Chinchilla, would LaMelo or Scotty be worth dropping to stream a spot? Have guys like Eason, Jared Butler, Pippen, Sarr, McBride, etc. 10-team points league. Any word on J-Dub or Bron? No word on Jalen Williams or LeBron, really. Would it be worth dropping LaMelo? It's hard, isn't it? They're both so good. Like I said, I think LaMelo only plays 1 game this week because they have a back-to-back. If you can stream guys like Eason, Pippen's questionable. Sarr's been good. McBride's been okay. Eason's been good. But I mean, coming back will hurt him a bit. I'm probably okay with that, I think. Who would I rather pick up between Vukcevic or Sohan? I don't feel like Vukcevic has been playing, has he? Let me have a look. So you go into hospital for 2 days and you forget what day it is. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so Vukcevic. Yeah, right. Okay, so because I didn't see this game yesterday. Okay, so Holmes was just a DNP yesterday. Vukcevic played 24 minutes. Maybe 17 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Yeah, and I like Vukcevic. I don't know. I'd maybe take a flyer on him if he's going to play sort of minute split, or I mean, theoretically they can play him and Sarr next to each other. I don't know whether they did that yesterday, but yeah, I'll maybe go Vukcevic. Do we hold Justin Champagny? I think so. So yeah, I picked him up 2 games ago, I think, and I know yesterday wasn't good. Their rotation was super weird yesterday. Poole just basically didn't play. Keyshawn George he's questionable now. I would still hold him. I wouldn't look at yesterday's game and go, oh, no, that's what we're going to get moving forward. I think they'll just mix and match. So I'd probably be holding him because he's healthy. Yes, no more basketball for me. Shining Knight, sadly. Rehab is not fun. It's a lot easier when I'm on the pain meds, though. Najee was dropped in my league for some reason. I got him. Do I think production can keep going? Yeah, look, PJ's back, so that hurts him. But yeah, I don't see why he can't be a must roster player rest of the season. He's been good. Be careful with the meds. Yes, I know. I feel like I'm daydreaming. No, I'm fully aware. It's I know when I've got to take them, so it's all right. Is Giddy actually playing this week? Picked up Trey for the back-to-back. I think he's questionable. Am I wrong there? Let me have a look. I'm sure I saw that when I did the injury stuff this morning. Come on. Okay, so Giddy is... Yes, so Giddy is questionable for tomorrow, and they're on a back-to-back. That's right. I think they play Wednesday, Thursday. So, yeah, look, he probably... Well, I doubt he plays both games of the back-to-back. Who do they play? Let's have a look. Wednesday. Oh, they play the Lakers, didn't they? Oh, so they play Phoenix tomorrow, and then they play the Kings. Okay, so they're both sort of, yeah, like I would say if they were playing Charlotte or something, he wouldn't play. But these are both going to be competitive games. Suns and Kings they want to win as well. So yes, look, potentially he plays one of the two there. Not sure which one. Shining Knight being selfish. Will we have post-game shows for the next couple of weeks? Look, hopefully. Yeah, look, as long as I can do them, there might be the odd one that I miss, just depending on how I'm feeling on the day. But let's say sort of majority of days there should be post-game shows. Would I use a waiver claim on Valanciunas? Oh, I think you can. If you need rebounds, field goal percentage, a little bit of defensive stuff. Look, you know exactly what you're getting with Valanciunas, so there's no guessing here. You know what numbers he's going to give you. You know what he's not going to give you. So, yes, he should play for the next 2 weeks. He should play close to starter level minutes, I think. Kessler is rested for tomorrow. Yes. Do we stream Filipowski? I would do that, yes. Absolutely. All right. 28 minutes, 27 minutes, pretty close. Time for me to go and sit. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and bearing with me while I work through the games. So we must have more games tomorrow. Let me have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games tomorrow. So, yeah, look, I'll try and do post-game tomorrow. again, it will depend how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'll aim to do one tomorrow, even if it's just sort of a brief overview. Or quick last one from Yardship. Is Poole a drop? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm sure he'll have a couple of games down the stretch where he plays 30 minutes, but he played, 11 yesterday or 11? Didn't play the second half, and now he's questionable. So, yeah, I'm okay with moving on from him and just streaming if you can do that. All right, now I'm going to get out of here. Please go and find us. Please go and download and like. I know there's not as many people active at the moment with seasons coming to an end and frustration setting in and all that sort of thing. But yeah, go and find us and download. It still helps. And I will hopefully be back tomorrow. I'm Adam King. This has been the Balls Deep post-game show. Until next time, catch ya.
You just listened to another episode from the Fantasy Basketball International Podcast Network. Thanks for joining us. And for more information about joining our community, please check out our website at fbibasketball.com.